Hello! Welcome back to the Rollers Guild. This is going to be episode 2 for our new campaign, All for One, the Trail of Ash and... Nope. Ash and Sand. Ash and Sand. It's right there at the top of my screen.
Ash and Sand. That's what it says on YouTube.
Yes, that's what it says on YouTube. So, if you like it, make sure you leave a like. And if you want to see our social medias, please check the description down below. With all that said, let's jump on in. Last time, all of our players were enjoying their Yule Day celebration, and they all decided to enter in the Mountain of the Three. Some of them had some great experiences with some woodland creatures that turned out to be a god of this world, and everyone else had some trauma. When everyone was left the mountain, there seemed to be a big issue that happened, being a giant that fell from the sky, and everyone got hurt. So, we're going to pick up 5 years from that point. So, it's been 5 years since the attack on Yule Day. The Grey Alliance has declared full-on war against the Servants of Death, and since then, the countries of Velkelm and Grimdur have fallen under the control of the Servants of Death. To aid in the effort of this war, the Great Alliance has enacted a lottery where the citizens are randomly selected to join the military. It's the draft. All right. But the battle against the Servants of Death isn't without problems. Day by day, the Great Alliance's numbers get smaller and smaller, where the Servants of Death's numbers keep growing and growing. Some people are beginning to say, it's not if we lose this fight, it's when we lose this fight. The Great Alliance needs to figure out a way to end this war sooner than later, because, as they are saying, death does come for us all. We now turn to our main characters. They are all making their way to the Capitol building in Nexus City, for they have received a letter stating that their number has been picked to get the opportunity to help end this war. So, we're going to turn to the characters. If you guys want to talk about what your characters did in 5 years, you can. Otherwise, just tell me what you are doing on your way to the Capitol building in Nexus City. We'll start with Ellinor.
Yep. So over the last 5 years, Ellinor has researched all she can about what she can learn about Solar. Tried to practice some of the skills of working with the earth, doing a lot of gardening recently. She's been very into that. So I guess on the way to the Capitol, or before she left, she had a small get-together with her husband and children and a few close friends to say goodbye. And I guess it's kind of a nicer travels to the Capitol. Her husband is pretty well off, so he was able to get her some private transportation. Is that?
Yeah, that's totally fine. Yeah.
Okay.
This is a place where you can totally get if you're rich enough, you can get your own private trolley car to take you on the railways.
So she is having a nice trip before making it to the Capitol. I think that covers what was going on for Ellinor.
Totally, that sounds great. All right, we're gonna go to Flora. What's Flora been up to?
So Flora has been sort of traveling on her own. She originally, when she went to the Mountain of Three, didn't sort of ran away from home. She was really worried about her family getting hurt because of her. So she's been periodically sending them letters. She let them know that she went to the Mountain of Three, but she's just sort of been telling them that the the mountain gave her a quest and has been very vague about what that is, and she's just sort of been trying to like train on her own a bit and work on her luck because I know the ringmaster told her that it was up to her to get her luck back. So she's been sort of like reaching out to her new like found family within the carnival to try to make connections, but not really staying in any place for too long and just sort of traveling. And she still has like a dress of flower petals, but she's also very much in like the like very bright 90s like workout gear too, to sort of blend in a little bit more with her really bright wings, even though you could see her from like a mile away because she's just so colorful all the time.
Yeah. So I mean, you have definitely traveled throughout the realm of this continent right here. Do you how I'm gonna pull up the map for you and show you real quick.
Yeah.
Where do you think you've traveled? Anywhere that doesn't have a big crossbone skull.
I think I've probably mostly been flying around. I think I've probably been sticking to more woodsy areas because that's really comfortable for me since I'm a flower fairy.
Okay, so like around Highfield's Keep and Stonehelm.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, totally. Yeah, lots of fun circus friends over there. Definitely have made a little bit of a traveling family of nomads.
Yep.
Awesome. Love that. What are you doing on your way to the capital? Are you doing anything specific? Are you already in the city, or do you feel like you're just outside?
I think I've probably come to the city. I've probably tried to scout it out a little bit for myself. I'm probably trying to stay pretty, like, lay low a bit. I think I also, in my travels, have been trying to get more information. I think previously I was probably in my own world a little bit since I lived more in the forest before with my fairies. It was my fairy family, and after the attack, I think I probably threw myself into learning more about what we might be up against. So
yeah.
I'm probably at like a library somewhere, or coming from the library. I probably went there first upon getting to the city.
Okay, cool. Yeah, love that. All right, Ruth. What's Ruth been up to, or what are they doing before they head to the capital?
Okay. What she's been up to is she's been having a bit of a crisis of faith.
What?
But she is preying on it. Basically, when she left the mountain, she told her family that she needed to pray on what happened in the mountain until she was able to kind of come to a conclusion about whether or not she has received a blessing. So she's been doing a lot of praying and a lot of just working at the clinic and trying not to
About the fact that God said, I don't want to be God.
Trying to keep going, and I guess find some sort of reconciliation for the last 30 years of her life or so. But yeah, so mostly just working at the clinic and trying to help people and not think about all that stuff that happened.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Do you think Ruth has ever tried to tap into her destroyer abilities?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Okay, so very repressed.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yep, love that.
Maybe so.
Love that for a religious character. Great.
Maybe so.
Cool. What are you doing on your way to the Capitol building?
I don't know. I feel so. You said it was like it's in Nexus City.
Yep.
Okay. I literally feel like Ruth is just gonna like walk there.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I feel like I've like lived north of there, so maybe she'll leave like a couple days early and just do like a little in tune with nature sort of deal.
Yeah. Love that.
She's throwing everything at the wall.
Yeah. It's her own. It's her own Rumspringa. Is that what it is?
Maybe a 48-hour walk will help. Maybe that'll clear her head.
48-hour walk. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, love that for Ruth. Great. Fantastic. All right, Akari. What has
Right.
been our girl been up to?
Well, after the mountain, where people did not treat me very kindly, people were trying pushed me off cliffs, and then people tried to kill me, and um, Mr. Thunder, the dragon, like squished under the mountain. So like, I'm Mr. Thunder. But I've been back home um, at the like mystic shop, just kind of laying low and trying to figure out what on earth just happened, and selling things, and realizing that for all of this, I didn't have my problem solved. So I've still got my problem, and that's annoying, but we are working through it.
Mhm.
And this is an opportunity to continue exploring the world and seeing if maybe there are answers somewhere else. I've been going to a lot of libraries, reading a lot of books, and just trying to gather as much information as possible when I'm not at the Mystic Shop. But now, on my way to the capital, I'm definitely not walking, so I'm convincing someone to give me a ride.
Yeah, I mean, also there's a
And
train network that goes throughout all of the Great
great,
Alliance.
that's
So
fantastic. I'm training it up.
yeah,
Um, and I am now wearing still a lot of the same things as before, but a really oversized, like yellow and black buffalo plaid flannel that's like a 3XL that just like goes, it's kind of like a trench coat
Mhm.
on me. And when it just gets too annoying, I like bunch it up and tie it up. And so on the inside is just I keep a lot of my shit in there, like inside pockets. I've got like a cute little backpack for some of my things. But other than that, um, we are just seeing what the government wants with little old me. Been laying low for a good long time, so thought that everyone had forgotten, but doesn't seem like it. So I'm a little on edge,
well, the government knows
and
all. So
government knows all, which is lovely.
yes. All right, love that for Akari. Love that for our girl. All right, we're gonna go to Haley.
Yeah. Is everybody kind of arriving at the same time? Just as a question.
I feel like I think probably the first one to arrive is probably Ruth, but I feel like everyone else kind of shows up.
But do I see like everybody else?
You will all meet in a lobby. So yes.
Sure. Okay. I'd like, with your permission, to do one thing first before I walk you through
What you've been doing?
what I've been doing.
Sure.
Could I go ahead and make the strings that connect check? Because I would like to see, as I am approaching this building the same time as all these people, many of whom I saw on that fateful day a few years ago, if we are connected by fate.
Sure. Yeah, go right ahead.
So it's charm plus special.
Charm plus special. Yep. And
It does
DC is
15.
15.
Okay. Okay. So the charm alone is 11 plus another 6 from the special gets me to 17.
Okay, yeah. So I will say this. Okay, do you want to do this when you're around everybody else, or do you want to do this specifically like right outside the building? We'll say that you're the last one to show up in the building.
Okay, great. I'd like to do it then as I enter the room and see the group of people I'm in the room with, and I recognize many of them.
So
that's when I want to do it.
you see You see all the strings that have ever connected everybody that's in this room. You see
Yep.
all the strings that connect everybody to everyone they know and have a emotional connection to each other to.
Yeah.
And you see these gold threads from the middle of your chest reaching out to all these other people, and it comes back in a almost a circular motion back to you.
Fucking knew it. Okay. He's gonna whisper that under his breath as he enters the room. And then Haley sort of as he enters this waiting room space, what's the weather like outside, Sam? Is it warm?
No,
Is it cold?
it's the rainy season right now.
Rainy season?
So it is not raining, overcast. It's probably around like it's like a damp, humid
Like,
70
but
degrees.
Is it like jacket weather or is the jacket too hot?
For our world, I will say middle September. So
Middle September.
you go
Light
either
jacket.
way.
Light jacket.
Yeah,
Okay.
windbreaker specific. Like
Yeah. Okay. I don't wear fucking windbreakers, so I am just but I come in, I've got black t-shirt on over like a white and black striped long sleeve. If you were to roll up my right sleeve, you would see that I have gotten I've gotten like tattoos all up my right arm of it's all line art, very specifically line art. And there's a motif worked throughout it of a musical staff. Yes, that picture exactly, Matt. And his hair's still bleached. The only thing that would be like really like publicly known about what Haley's been up to the last few years is that he did release a solo album during that time. Did not take it on tour, just released the album. And just released the album, didn't take it on tour or anything. And of course, the tattoo had been noticed previously. What Haley's really been up to this whole time is just sort of like experimenting with his new powers. He knows, he kind of has this whole idea in his head, which maybe isn't entirely correct, but he has this whole idea in his head that he will become in charge of fate, basically, someday, and intends to basically abdicate the position once he takes it and give free will to everybody. But in the meantime, he's been trying to study and figure out what all of these powers mean, and also has been trying to study what's been going on with sort of death in his own way here. I would also say that like Haley probably like one of his former bandmates got in a lot of legal trouble for like dodging the draft, and Haley under normal circumstances would have also dodged the draft, but because of the weird shit that happened in the mountain that day, he has decided that perhaps it is in his best interest, in terms of at least seeing this through, figuring out what the hell's going on here, to show up.
Great. Love that. Quick question. How extensive have you tried to mess with your new powers?
Probably quite a bit.
Okay, cool. Love that. Great. We'll probably get more into that later in the season. All right. And now it is for my favorite name of a character, Marrika.
Alrighty. Well, unfortunately, Marrika did lose her father after going into the mountain because she did not get a cure to Death's Veil. from the mountain, so that was a little disappointing for her. And she has, after taking some time to grieve and figure everything out, and figure out why the heck she got given these like technical powers when she was asking for a way to help her dad and like looking for a cure for Death's Veil. She was very confused for a while. But after a year of being like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? She's been like, all right, fine. I guess I'm supposed to go to school for biomedical engineering and make something that ends up curing not only Death's Veil, but like other diseases. Like she's been working on a bunch of different research projects with her professors and working on different diseases, trying to learn, like take things from those other projects to kind of like her like capstone project is trying to come up with something for Death's Veil based on the other research that she's done. And in her free time, even though she doesn't have a lot of free time, she still makes time to keep publishing new editions of her zine Cardiac Arrest, which has become, the name has become even more fitting for her chosen like career. It was based off of like a family history of arrhythmias like vibe and stuff, but now she's in biomedical engineering and like trying to help people who have cardiac arrests. So she finds that very ironic. And as she is there's no draft what's it called? Delay when like for education, no college. I don't remember what it's called.
Hey.
But she's that doesn't exist apparently because I didn't think about that. So she is like furiously trying to like work on a handheld device that it's not entirely clear what it does. But she's trying to make it do many more things than it probably can do at this point in technology. But it's kind of it's like a bastardized pager and like Palm Pilot thing.
Yeah. No, I love that. I would say that regardless of your skill, you definitely are really good in your academia throughout the years, but your newfound abilities make it a little bit easier to really understand. Even with like when like I feel like your professors kind of lean on you when like a thing goes down, they'll probably just be like, "Oh, Marrika can fix that." So I feel like that's good. What is Marrika doing on the way to the capital?
She's fixing her little thingy.
Just fixing her. Okay, cool. Love that. Okay, so eventually, all of you meet in the lobby of the capital. All of you are just, some of you are sitting, some of you are just walking around. Does anyone want to talk to each other?
I'm not talking to Haley, but I am keeping a close eye on him. Just
I'd like to think that I clock that and I just say like, band's broken up. Zine business has got to be slowing down, huh?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You put out an issue a week ago.
Yeah.
Speculating about the lyrics in the solo album I put out 2 years ago.
Listen, if you don't give us anything, I'll start making shit up.
All right.
There's been a lot of which bandmate is the one with the legal trouble?
Oh, that's a good question.
Eeny,
Let's
meeny,
say
miny, moe.
it is. Where are my band? Oh, they're there. I think it's probably Jaredin Lethammer.
That's who I guessed it was gonna be. Jaredin's really been supplying us with some content as well.
In jail?
Yeah. People love stars in jail.
Oh my god, I'm done.
While you guys
They
are,
want him out. They don't think it's fair. Fine, go away.
It's not fair. Never mind.
while you guys are finishing that conversation, a woman steps out into the lobby, reads off all your names, and asks you to follow her into a boardroom. Any objections? Any?
Ugh.
No.
As we follow her, I also just want to quickly touch base with Flora.
Yeah, I
Is it
think
like-
I think I'd probably see your interaction and just sort of feel like, "Hi, I don't know if you remember me."
Yes, I do. Glad to see you made it out of there safe.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
are the odds that we got called at the same time? What have you been
A lot
up
higher
to?
than you'd think, actually. Yeah, a lot higher than you'd think.
Oh. Oh, I don't know what that means, but okay.
I don't know what the mountain was like for you.
I mean, I got Chip. This is Chip, and I'm just gonna sort of like pull out of my pocket like this little chipmunk who's in like a little suit. I'll be like, I'm happy this happened, but I mean, some of the other things, not my favorite part.
Yeah, that's a very cute chipmunk. Well, I can kind of see. He said it wasn't fate, but it kind of feels like fate. Anyway, so I can see that. So, I did a quick little checky check
Oh.
as I entered the room there.
Well, that's
We're
cool.
all kind of bound together.
Oh. Okay.
Doesn't surprise me that much. I mean, given we all went into the mountain on the day everything went to shit. So
That is true. Yeah. That's cool. And kind of
yeah,
scary.
I guess. Yeah, I guess. It's been a long 5 years, but yeah, glad to see you're doing okay, kid.
You do.
Great. So you're all ushered into this boardroom. In this boardroom is a long table, and on the other side of the table, there are 3 familiar figures that we saw about 5 years ago, roughly around this time, but maybe a few months ago. Is Sir Liam McCarthy, Elizabeth Foster, and Father Ignatius. All of them look a little bit different from last time you probably saw them. Elizabeth Foster, who once styled her long flowing hair into a tight bun and is now wearing a bob, with signs of gray that starting to show. She's wearing a medical scrubs, which 5 years ago would have been odd. She was once known as a powerful mage who ran the Order of One's Academy. But some of you may know, I'd probably say Marrika would probably know this the best about everybody. She has stepped down from her role in the Academy to help run the hospitals in Nexus City, putting her mastery of analog magic to good use and leading the research in what could possibly cure Death's Veil. So, that's her. There's Father Ignatius, who looks mostly the same from last time we saw him, but he now sits in a wheelchair. those of you who stay up to date in the order of one, most likely Ruth, would probably know that a year ago, Ignatius went to aid in the refugees of Velkelm and Grimdur after the servant's death laid claim to those countries. He and the refugee camp were attacked by members of the servant's death who had hidden themselves amongst the refugees. He was able to banish the attackers from the camp, but almost with the amount of magic that he needed to use, it came with a great cost. So now he lives in a wheelchair. Sir Liam McCarthy has noticeable dark bags under his eyes, and his salt and pepper beard is all gone white. He is wearing a dark blue military uniform and is not carrying his long sword. Some of you that may heard the rumors that he was kicked out of the Great Alliance, these rumors stem from the fact that he hasn't been seen really anywhere by anyone in the past 5 years. No one really knows what he's been up to or where he's been.
As we enter the room and I see these three people sitting at the table, I'm like, shit, you three meet everybody who gets drafted? Damn. Like, very sarcastically.
Yeah, so.
Son, I would caution you to use such language in front of the most respected individuals in our land.
Ignatius,
Okay, lady.
Ignatius pops up, and she goes, "Oh, never mind him. His generation knows no respect for the elders, and that's okay. They will eventually become the elders, and they'll know no respect from their youths."
You have batteries and logistics.
Hey, number one, fuck you too. Number two, I don't have any respect for the younger generations either. So it's not just you guys; it's just everybody.
Well, I will pay for you
I say
regardless.
that I don't speak for his generation.
I'm just gonna walk across the boardroom,
I'm taking notes.
just like go over and be like, "Hi, so nice to meet all of you," and like shake each of their hands.
Thank you
So much for the invitation. This is like a lovely home. I don't know if it's yours, but this is really great. Wow, what a journey. And how can we be, like the letter said you needed help, right? So what can we do to help you?
Sorry, Matt. I just love this character.
How old are you now? 23? Did my mathing right? 22?
Marrika.
Excuse me.
No. I'm out of character question. How old are you now? 22?
He's 24.
24. Okay. 24. Okay.
Oh gosh. Ignatius, as he's shaking your hand, and Ignatius, as you're shaking his hand, is like the only one that's like really reciprocating with the excitement of shaking your hand. He goes, "All will be explained in just a little bit. I may ask you all to please sit down and get comfortable. We have some things to go over, and we'll explain as much as we can right now. So please sit."
Of course.
I
Wrap
would-
attention.
Elizabeth Foster is now just Dr. Foster.
She's not
or
a
is
doctorate. She is just running the research into Death's Veil.
Professor.
You could say professor.
Okay.
Yeah, a formal title would be professor.
Okay.
When I sit, boots are up on the table.
Oh my god.
You do that, and Liam McCarthy looks like gives you a stink eye with his one eye.
Man said get comfortable. I'm comfortable.
I think Haley's been nicer to Flora, and Flora doesn't have many ties, so I think she's gonna like mess her hair up a little bit and put her boots up too and just sit next to him.
I'm gonna see that. I'm gonna just a small part of me's gonna like, oh no, I'm becoming a role model.
Love that.
Yeah.
As you all sit down, Ignatius goes, "Well, may I first extend my great appreciation for all of you to making this way here. I know some of you traveled farther than others, and we do appreciate you being here in such a timely manner.
It
I-
did say mandatory reporting on
Well-
the letter,
Yes?
so I didn't know what was going to happen if I didn't show up.
Well, regardless, I mean, I do appreciate it. And he starts stammering a little bit. Liam speaks up and goes, anyways, to get to the point. You all have been chosen for this very important message, and he's visibly upset. As some of you already know, normally citizens that get drafted go right to boot camp and train. Then they join the armed forces. But no such luck for you few. Not at all. You untrained, unqualified people who've been randomly selected to lead a mission that could very well turn the tides on this war if done successfully.
Hey Sam, I have a quick question for you, by the way.
Yeah.
I never dismissed my strings that connect ability, so
Yep.
it should still be active
Still
currently.
active.
Do I notice anything interesting about the strings tied to Sir Liam McCarthy, Father Ignatius, or Elizabeth Foster?
Oh, Ben, why do you have to ask these questions this early into the campaign? All right.
I've been in that chair before. I know the fucking questions.
Do these strings tell you if they're all lovers?
I hope so.
Okay, I
It's a
will.
special type of string.
To answer Matt's question, if Ben rolled higher on his check, he would have saw more. Just because there's a bit
Most
of a
important skill in the game.
yeah. To answer your question, Haley sees Elizabeth Foster has some connections leading to Marrika and to mostly Marrika. I would say probably a small connection maybe to Sir Liam. Sir Liam, you just see the one thread leading to Foster. And it's not a thick thread. It's actually a noticeably very thin thread.
He doesn't have any threads connecting anywhere else.
Yeah, it's like something happened. And Father Ignatius has no threads.
Interesting. So they don't have any threads connected to anyone else, even outside of this room. Just dead threads.
No threads.
Interesting. Okay. I kind of feel like because of how much Haley's been experimenting with his powers, he has kind of learned to like unfocus from seeing the threads.
Yeah, I mean you'd have to. It'd be so obnoxious.
Right. But like he remembers to focus in on the threads here, and he notices that. I don't think unless you say otherwise, I don't think I've ever seen anything like this before.
I would say you've only seen something with 0 threads when you've been to like the very rare occasion that you may have seen like a dead body.
Right. So, and usually then if there's like still somebody living who's connected to that dead person,
You see a thread
Anyway.
connecting.
I would still see a thread in that case.
Usually it's indicative of a dead body that nobody wanted to know or everyone forgot.
Okay. So this is very strange. This is a very strange circumstance. As I tune back in, see those threads, I lean forward, which does necessitate me taking my boots off the table, unfortunately. But I do lean forward. It's almost like there's something faded about all this.
Real quick, I need you to tell me, are you trying to be sneaky about this or are you trying to be very obvious about this?
About the fact that I can see their threads?
About your reactions to it. Like, are you trying to basically have a
Yeah.
poker face to it, or are you trying to...
I would like to have enough of a poker face that they don't know why I just leaned forward and took my feet off the table. But obviously, I just leaned forward and took my feet off the table. So something that just happened got my attention.
Okay. Well, since you already said it, I'm not going to have you roll to see if someone else... see if you can hide it. No one notices anything. Great. Anything else you want to do with that?
No, I just wanted to toss that question out there.
Mm-hmm. Love that. Definitely wasn't holding that for later in the campaign.
Hey, man. Hey, that's how it goes sometimes.
Anyways. So yes. Liam speaks back up. Yes, you've all been selected for a very important mission that, if you do successfully, could very well help the world, necessarily. Elizabeth speaks up. Yes, you have all been tasked to go to the kingdom of Gorul, and gain audience with the Flame Empress, Cora Tashkil. Our intel states that her army has captured Morvius I need to make better names. Dalmas. Also known as the Blood Assassin. Some of you who maybe have any ties to that was the guy that was able to take people's blood out of their body and transform it into different things during the attack on Uvil's Day. I think everyone saw that besides maybe
Akari did not see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Akari doesn't know what's going
on. He is one of Death's generals in the Servants of Death. Our intel states that he is planned to be executed by Tashkil, for revenge of killing her only child, Prince Razim, who was at the Uvalde massacre alongside you all. You are asked to. You are tasked to ask her to spare his life and to relinquish him to the Great Alliance, so we can interrogate him and gain more information on the Servants of Death. And if you are successful by doing so, you'll bring him here, back to Nexus City.
Can you drop those?
All right, and where is this that we're going
Can you
again?
spell all those words?
Yep, just give me 1 second. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the Flame Empress.
Just copy paste it.
I will. The Kingdom of Gorul, which is in the country of Zara.
If you put it inside chat, is it going to disappear after we...
No. And... boom.
That was actually pretty close.
So we go to Gorul and talk to the Empress and say, like, you're Blood Assassin.
Well, not her Blood Assassin. She has captured the Blood Assassin.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not
So
her.
they're not friends.
No, she hates him. She wants to kill him.
Excellent. Great. Scribble this down in my notes. Like, this sounds like a really, like, important, very special kind of a assignment, and that's really exciting. But some of us, I'm guessing, went into the mountain and left the mountain, and we're pretty much still the same. So we're not all really special, like.
As you say that, Sir Liam McCarthy looks at you with a bit of a confusion, because he did see you when you appeared from the lightning bolt.
I did.
And he was the one that shielded you from that other character with the bone pan thing. So
Like, some of us just, like, got lucky that day.
as Sir Liam speaks up, he looks even more upset and more annoyed. He goes, "Trust me, if I had my way, we'd have all special operatives that were fully trained in the means of negotiating it between political climates, and basically none of you would be here."
Why don't
yeah.
you have somebody who's good at negotiating?
Yes, it does seem odd, this group of people that you've selected. I thought that you had a full army. Why not select from them?
So, since the massacre on Yuville Day, the 5 years, which all of you were attendant to, and the death of Prince Razim, Empress Cora Tashkil has closed all of her borders, and we can't really get in. I have a special agent, which you will be meeting later on today, that has a inn in the city, and who's close to Cora.
So
he
you
was
think that
he was able to tell us that they were able to capture the Blood Assassin, and he was able to negotiate people to come into the city to possibly convince her to give up to us, with the terms that it was you six.
like us, she named us specifically?
Name and your current homes.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
For some reason, the Empress of Flames is very particular in who she lets in, and she, for some reason, has reason to believe that you are all beneficial to her enough so that she will allow you to come into her city. Yeah,
I've never met this chick.
that's
Yeah,
not
is she, like,
surprising.
cool?
Are you asking if the Empress of Flames is cool?
I think she's
Well,
hot.
yeah, like,
Yeah, he's definitely hot. I got a different question here,
Okay.
Sir Liam. Everybody else is asking why us. That's not my question. Why are you trying to save the Blood Assassin from execution?
Oh,
What does that get you?
trust me, if I had my way, his head would be on a pike. The rest of the Great Alliance, well, at least the Council of the Great Alliance, have decided that he would be valuable intel in the secret doings of the Servants of Death, and possibly could be a leverage of negotiations between the two, or just good information overall.
Mm. Can I tell if he's lying? Can I make a world's tempo check?
Yeah, sure. I will just, I'll tell you, Ben, he's not lying. You can actually see when he said that if he had his way, he's being very relaxed and very passionate at the same time.
Well, I got a 29, so. Could I also hear his true intentions?
His true intentions is once they get all they want, that they can from this guy, he is going to kill him.
Okay.
Great.
All right.
Do you have any aid that you can give us before we go on this mission? It seems a bit much to just send us with nothing.
Elizabeth speaks up and she goes, "Well, we thought about that. We are pretty professional in this at this point. The journey is quite a long one, and you're going to need supplies, and you're going to need somebody that could help you, because none of you are especially trained, none of you are military backgrounds. Some of you I know have great knowledge in the medical aspect, but doesn't mean necessarily. And she looks at you and gives you a little smile. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you'll be fit for the journey. Sir Liam has graciously given up one of his special operatives. His name is Barrick, and he will be meeting you at the Spiral Mall, which is also a good spot to pick up any supplies that you might be needing on the journey. He'll meet you at the coffee shop called Caffeine and Spite at 1:30. And Sir Liam pipes up. He says, "Yes, Barrick is a dark elf with shoulder-length hair. He is half of his head is shaven." What?
Sorry, I thought you said he was hot.
No.
Is he not?
I mean, not Liam. Yeah, he's hot. Yeah,
Nice.
hot guy.
Oh, okay. Not Liam. Not Liam. Okay. I was like, oh wow.
Yeah. So he's a dark elf, shoulder length hair. He has half of his head shaven to one side. He normally has a paintbrush behind his ear, and he was instructed to be wearing civilian clothing to blend in a little bit. But he'll be able to find you.
What was the coffee shop?
Caffeine and Spite coffee shop. Liam gets done describing his special agent, and Ignatius wheels up over to Ellinor and hands her an envelope. Here is some spending money for the mission. It's about $500 for each of you for the trip. And he pulls out an extra $10 bill out of his bag that he has on the side of his wheelchair. And this is extra for snacks for the road. So make sure you are well fed.
Oh my gosh, you think of everything.
Are you?
Thank you.
How are we getting to the border? Are you giving us?
Yeah, I have my skateboard.
Are you taking a train? Car? Do we have to get our own transport?
Sorry, this is the idea.
Skateboarding all the way there might be
Because, okay,
kind of doing.
this is a 90s themed world in a way. I just love the idea that we just straight up Bart Simpson skateboard the entire way.
Skateboarding the entire way.
I
I know skateboarding the whole way might take a little while.
Yeah, I'm good, not that good.
Liam pipes up and he goes, Barrick has all the intel that you're going to need for transportation and housing. And he'll be able to direct you. He's been informed more than we have by intentionally, of course.
Go talk to the hot dark elf. Twist my arm. All right.
Elizabeth pipes up. And for those of you who aren't familiar with Nexus City, the mall is probably about 3 blocks from here. It's a tall, spiraling building. You really can't
I
miss
can
it.
show you.
Yeah.
I can guide as well. My husband's
Thanks,
office
Lottie.
is not too far.
That's so kind of you. Thank you. And like, what was your name?
Eleanor. And you are?
Ellinor. Akari.
Very
Ellinor.
nice.
Thank you. That's really, really kind of you. I really like your like. Is that like some dirt in your hair?
Oh,
Like that's a really cool look.
I suppose it may be. I do spend much of my time in the garden.
It's really like.
Sir Liam coughs. If you have any more questions, my agent is waiting for you and be
Okay,
expecting you
Pokemon
by
know the holes.
1:30, and it is
What time is
currently
it?
1 o'clock.
All right. Well, cheers there, boss man.
I don't like you.
I get that from authority figures a lot.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Uh,
Thank you. Is there anything else that you might be able to tell us?
Barrick will probably inform you more than I can.
Sounds.
Okay, well, like, good luck. It's like the war.
No, you good luck with the war.
I think Flora's gonna.
No,
hang
you good luck
back
with
for a
the war.
second.
You get luck.
I almost said
What
that,
is
right?
Flora doing?
I think Flora's gonna hang back for just a second while everyone else leaves the room.
Okay.
Oh well, I'm also hanging back. So
Who hangs back
going with Ellinor.
longer?
Wherever Ellinor goes.
Ellinor is gonna head towards the door, but kind of like hold the door open for everybody to leave. And am I correct, Sam? You said that Father Ignatius handed just Ellinor
Yeah,
the
you have all the
envelope
cash.
with money. I have all the money.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you have $500 times 6
Yeah.
plus another
Plus-
tenner.
$1,000.
Let's just have a normal envelope.
Uh huh.
This is a magical world. You don't think they have
It's
magical
fine.
envelopes?
She's got a handbag. She's
No,
a
no.
60-year-old woman. She's putting it in her handbag.
I'm not judging Ellinor. I'm judging the council. I want to be very clear about that.
All right. I will say so. Marrika's hanging back. Flora's hanging back. Do you guys want to sell the things separately or together?
I mean, mine's not really a secret. I think I'm gonna like flutter my wings uncomfortably and just be like, I'm not the luckiest individual these days, and I'm happy to go off with the others, but, aren't you worried I might ruin the mission?
Ignatius rolls over to you and puts a hand on top of the table by you and goes, one will guide you the way they want you to go. And
Okay.
Also, I don't know how unlucky you are, but trust me, I don't think any of us are, have luck streaming along behind us.
yeah,
They all didn't
Oh my
seem
gosh.
all that. I don't know. I just didn't get that vibe from any of them. I'm not that lucky, so I don't think you're gonna bring us down any more than we already were.
Question for the DM.
Yeah.
Have I seen the creepy creature recently?
you haven't seen him today.
Today. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Perfect. I'm just gonna be like, okay. I'll just keep following the rest of the group.
And Marrika.
I just want to go up to Foster, and I'm gonna Professor Foster. Would it be possible, do you think, to get some of the tech that I've been working on? I'm not entirely sure how much. Like, I'm really just thinking like the portable medical unit that I've been working on. Would it be possible to bring that? I know it's just a prototype. But...
Yes, it is a prototype. You won't be leaving Nexus City for a couple of hours, at least, if not tomorrow morning. So,
Okay.
I know where you're probably staying tonight, and I know how to contact Barrick, so I can see if I can get it to you.
Okay. I was just gonna. Can I just go back to the university and go to the lab and grab it?
You can, but you need to go to the mall with your friends. Your new friends.
I was gonna say friends is a.
Oh, trust me, I think you'll all get along eventually. I'm actually really happy that you stuck around. I actually have a personal favor. And she ushers you into a side office that goes off of the boardroom. In Gorul, the Empress has a library. And no outsider that isn't born in Gorul has ever been inside in it.
Okay.
There says that all the information that more than 2 people in the world know is recorded there. And there might be at least more information how to cure Death's Veil, or at least stop it entirely.
Oh. How, if no, I heard you right and when you said that no outsider had ever gotten in there, correct?
Yeah, but the thing is, it's not that she said no. It's just no one's been able to find it. If you were able to find something to maybe, I don't know, lead a trail or a connection to someone to another place, follow the breadcrumbs in a sense. But if you're able to find that and find information on Death's Veil, we might be able to stop it entirely.
I mean, I'll try.
I have full faith in you.
Thanks.
All right. Do you have any more
Alright.
questions for me? I will try to get that portable medical kit for you.
Okay. I mean, no, I don't know what. I have so many questions, but it seems like time's ticking. So
Yeah. Sorry about that.
this could take 3 hours, but you know, if there's been something that I've been working on, outside of my academic work. So if you see a drone that has this symbol on it, and I don't know, what symbol can it be? I'm gonna draw a snowflake. Just
Okay.
like a pretty standard snowflake. Because I saw something with a snowflake on it next to me. If you see a drone with this symbol on it, that's not a weapon of war or anything like that. That is me asking you or sharing information.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, and maybe tell people who like watch the skies that they're not bad drones
I will
or weather balloons.
I will inform the guard around the city.
Okay, thank you.
Fantastic. Good luck, Marrika. May one be in your favor.
Thanks. You too. And I'm gonna get on my skateboard.
And skateboard away.
Bye.
Bye.
Inside. Inside.
Yeah,
Skate away.
fully inside, and I'm gonna like take the stairs. I may be an academic, but still.
Still a skater.
Yeah.
While we were waiting for Flora and Marrika, I wanna ask Ruth. So, like, what's your deal? Cause you, what's your deal? I got everybody else's
any role playing game.
What'd you
What's
say?
your deal?
what? Yeah, like, what's your deal? I got there's the fairy, and there's the zine fan, and there's the, I assume, popular girl in high school who's dealing with being out of high school for the first time ever, and then there's
She's 43.
then there's the mom. What's your deal?
I just, in what sense?
Is he saying this loud enough for everybody who is out waiting
I-
for us to hear?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't really, to be honest, completely, I don't really appreciate that you approached me out of everyone in here and asked me what my deal is after you've been nothing but rude to any of the people that have been talking.
Okay. Well, I apologize for coming in hot. Not a huge fan of all of this. I gesture at the government building that we are inside of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I'm sure you've done so much to change the system.
What, pray tell, would you have me
Whoa,
do
1
to
second.
increase-
Ruth, take a point. Take a point. That was so good.
That was sick. That was sick. Incredible. Incredible. Yeah, and what, pray tell, do you think I could even do?
That's not for me to decide. That would be for one and their infinite wisdom to decide.
Ah, I get it now.
Yeah.
Got
Have
it.
you pigeonholed me like you've done all these other people? Like you've done everyone that you've talked to?
Yeah.
Great. Wonderful. Then I guess there's nothing else I need to say. You already have me figured out.
Perhaps we should.
Shall we go to the mall, everyone?
Yeah.
Well, we gotta wait for the other two. The other two join us.
Great.
All right, so you all get together. Ellinor and Marrika guide you guys to the mall.
Really quick, I wanted to wait until we were fully outside of the building.
Okay, go ahead.
That's my next thing. But once we're fully outside of the building, I'm gonna say, okay. I know I'm a little abrasive. I get it. It's just part of me. But I need you guys to listen very carefully to me right now. That day when we all went in the mountain, I don't know what shit happened to the rest of you. I met like, I don't know, a guy. Anyway, the lines between. No, not in that way. That ship sailed a few years ago. It doesn't matter. I
You're
met
a really good storyteller.
So anyway,
Oh,
I
God.
met this guy called the Lines Between, and I don't know, kind of like can see. Ever since then, I've been able to see the lines of like fate and connection that connect people to each other, and everybody typically has like a bunch, right? Like right now, we are all connected by a pretty powerful thread of fate. Whether you can't see it. I just trust me on this. No one else can see it. I've tried pointing it out to other people before. It doesn't work. Anyway, we're all connected by a pretty powerful thread of fate. Most people have a bunch of threads of fate. There's some weird shit going on with the threads of fate of those three.
What do you mean?
Well, first of all, Sir Liam McCarthy only had one single thread of fate. It was a very weak one, connecting him to Elizabeth Foster. Not to Father Ignatius, actually. Not to him at all. Just to Elizabeth Foster. There were no other threads connecting him to anything or anywhere else.
Are you sure about that?
I'm very sure.
You do know these are the most powerful individuals that
Yeah.
perhaps they were able to hide them from?
It's not really how the power works. The other thing is
That is
that
odd.
Father Ignatius didn't have any threads of fate. Like none. He had no connections to anyone or anything. And here's the thing. If the three of them are supposed to be like working together to helm this country or whatever, you'd expect to see the three of them at least having ties to each other. Ignatius didn't have any to either of those other two. And Sir Liam McCarthy,
Fathers are supposed to give up all their worldly possessions and
again, that's not
and
how it
connections.
works. It's not how it works. I've never seen anyone living with this type of thing going on before.
What do you see when you look at like us? Like you see the little circles connecting all of us?
Yeah, so it's like a thread. So there's this powerful golden thread connecting all of us. Yes, DM.
As Akari says that,
Yeah,
I want-
I was gonna focus in on.
I want
Akari.
you to focus on Akari.
Yeah.
Normally, the threads lead to another destination.
Yeah.
There is just one that's just straight up, and you can see the top of it.
Akari has other threads, but has one that just disappears into nothing.
No. You can see the end of it. It's like if something's really close to them, but you just can't see it.
Oh, I see. Okay. But the Akari has other threads in addition to this one weird one.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm like, I'm explaining all this. Like, so there's this like thick golden thread that's connecting all of us, which typically means that we've got like some powerful connection between us here. And this is when I focus in on Akari. It's like, so you've got this thread here, which I don't know who it goes off to, maybe your mom, or your dad, or whoever. And then there's this. And then there's this one here that like maybe that's to your boyfriend or whatever, So
to my
I don't know. I'm just spitballing. I don't know what each of your other threads is connected to because you can't see the other end of them yet because they go off way off in the distance to connect to whoever they're connected to.
I'm gonna say at this point, Akari. He says the B word, and you see Mark. Just floating right behind Haley, just going. No one else can hear this. Who the fuck is this guy?
Stop.
And I'm doing my very hardest to not.
He's like
Look.
flexing. He's just like
Okay.
he's not. He like stands up next to him. He's like, I'm like way taller than him too. Like,
I'm not
Thank
that
you
tall, so
much
he
for
might be.
explaining it to me. Like, it makes so much more sense now, and I think we can all just like stop talking, right? And then we'll
Can
all be able to. We need to keep going, right?
Can-
Well,
Can
thank you
I
so much.
notice that shift in Akari that like she obviously seems put off by what Haley just said?
I want you to make a brain check. I'll say, just to see if you notice it in time.
Can I also clock because her mood really shifted? Can I try to clock that too with World's Tempo so I can add my special?
10?
For brain, it's just a 10.
That's yeah.
Okay,
That's my D12 plus 2 is what I have for brain.
great. Akari, I need you to set the DC. Are you trying to hide this, or are you trying to just use it so? Because I feel like you're really
I think
controlling
at
about
first-
this. Okay.
At first, it was trying to hide until, like, she wasn't able to focus on anything anymore, and she's just really overwhelmed. So not as easy to snap.
Okay.
Okay.
I will.
Okay.
I will say that, Ellinor, you do clock that.
I got a 17.
Okay.
17. I'll say you can catch that.
Okay. I
Okay,
didn't.
I'm gonna
Sorry.
insert myself. No, that's okay. And I'm gonna just insert myself in here and let's make our way to the mall. I think we've had enough of this conversation right now. And I kind of just like shoved myself between Haley and Akari and like put my hand on Akari's shoulder very like gently like
Thanks. Right.
let's keep
really like
moving.
Those are great.
all that to say, as we keep walking, all that to say, I just think we need to be careful about trusting whatever the hell's going on with those three. Because there's something weird going on with fate with them. And it doesn't seem good.
Do you think it's possible that that wasn't actually them?
I don't know. The only time I've ever seen somebody with no threads at all, they were dead.
Do all the lines disappear when you die?
Only if there's nobody still connected to you.
Oh.
So if there's somebody still connected to you, there's still a thread that will connect to you. Like you would know, of course, that I had a bandmate, Cuthriel, who died, a little over 5 years ago. I still think about him, and so he would still have a thread of fate connecting us. So the only way, like when you die, if there's nobody who thinks about you anymore, if there's no one who remembers you anymore, that's when you don't have threats.
That's so sad.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
That would make a really good Pixar movie.
I don't know what that is, but
It's this really small animation studio.
Should we put our stocks in it?
we should probably. It sounds like a good idea. Anyway, all that to say, very unusual whatever's going on with Father Ignatius, because he's both alive and like interacting with people, unless he's not alive. But I don't know how that would work. So
You mentioned McCartney and Ignatius, but what about Foster?
I don't think that there was nothing weird about hers.
Okay.
Just her, they were just
Well, that's good.
yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it means. I've never seen anything like this before. I don't trust authority under the best of circumstances, and this is weird. This is weird stuff going on. So that's all. I just wanted to mention that to everyone since we are bound together now. If we're gonna be working together, I think it's worth me laying the cards on the table here and not doing it in the government building while they're probably listening to us, and not having this conversation in front of like our handler.
With all that said, you guys have continued walking to the mall. I would say you're in the mall and now just outside Caffeine and Spite coffee shop, and we're going to take a quick break. So, you all make it to the coffee shop. You enter in. I'm in the wrong screen for my notes. Okay, you enter to the coffee shop. This coffee shop, some of you have probably been to. I would probably say Haley and Marrika have definitely been to this one at some point. This is a small hole-in-the-wall coffee shop. It does have weirdly quite a bit of chairs and like table room, but it's weirdly small from the outside. It is really known for its. The locals know it by its famous late Saturday night concerts that feature a lot of local artists and bands and performers. The ambiance and the decorations of the room in this room are. They don't necessarily go together, so much so that they totally go together, if you get my drift.
Okay.
The cashier countertop where you order your stuff is like littered with all the stickers and flyers from all the bands that had performed here last. There's a nice aroma of burnt coffee in there and some sweet smelling treats behind the counter. So you guys walk in there. You can see in the back corner there is a tall, dark elf sitting at a table with 6 chairs around it, not including the one he is sitting on. And he's just sitting there waiting for you guys. There's no one else in the room besides like the cashier and the barista.
I can get coffee orders if people want that. Ruth, what do you want?
I'm just gonna have a water.
Water. And Ellie, how about you?
Oh, just a cappuccino would be amazing.
Cappuccino. And Mr. Haley, what can I get you?
Just tell her that I want my regular. She'll know what it is.
Oh. Okay. And Flora?
Um,
Right. I'm guessing everyone's names, I guess. I never
I would say
actually
you
learned them.
introduced each other on the walk.
Yeah.
Great.
I'll just take some tea.
Just into any like specific kind of tea?
I'll just take some herbal tea.
Herbals. Okay. And who have I not gotten to yet? That would be Marrika. What can I
Hi.
get you?
Black coffee.
Okay. I will go order those to the best of my recollection.
Great. You walk up to the counter. What is everyone else doing? Are they just walking to the table with the dark elf?
Yes.
I'll go
help,
with Akari to help carry drinks.
I'll help carry too. There's a bunch of us.
Okay.
I will also go over to the table.
Great. We're gonna resolve the coffee orders, and then we'll go to the table. So, Ari, you walk up to the table, the counter, and you go. You know, there's a little bell. There, someone that looks like they just woke up, but definitely with the amount of makeup they have on their face, you know they had spent a couple hours just perfecting that cat eye. Just
Know
a
it.
regular woman, tan skin. A human woman with tan skin at the counter. She goes, "What can I get you?"
Good morning. Afternoon. I've got like a handful of orders. A water, a cappuccino, a black coffee.
Okay, I need you to
and
slow
herbal
down.
tea.
I need to type this. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Water.
And cappuccino.
Where are our special machines? Down.
Okay.
Wait,
make
is that Haley? Is that Haley Osborne over there?
Sup?
All right, our special machine's working. It's fine.
He is so talented fixing it from afar.
No, it's not that. He just orders a double shot of espresso and just with nothing else.
Oh, that's so easy. That's good for someone like on the other side of the counter, right? Really
Yeah, and
easy,
you know he's a
not very
regular. I want to
complicated.
keep him happy.
Yeah. I will have a low-fat half calf with partial whipped cream and like a couple jimmies or sprinkles and latte. Vanilla latte.
Okay, so we don't have a freezer in the building, in our little cafe. So no whipped cream, no whatever you just said. I do know that that the Cauldron Cafe, not the one, the Frostbite Creamery around the corner would do that. But I could get you the best I can get you is maybe a cold brew.
Fridge here?
We don't have a freezer, but we have a fridge.
Oh, perfect. So you'll have whipped cream then.
Okay, I just don't want to open a new canister. I hate doing inventory.
Okay. Don't worry about it. Like
No,
at all.
it's fine. The preppy girl just called me out. It's fine.
Between the two of them.
I'm just gonna
Ruth is the
awkwardly
preppy
walk
girl.
over to Haley. Just
Wearing
call
a
me when the
Catholic
coffee orders are done.
All right, I'll have that order to your table in a minute. Are you with the dark elf?
that group over there.
Okay. Open it.
Thank you.
Thank you so
I'm
much
gonna
for your
lean,
help.
I'm gonna lean over to Flora and be like, I don't think I got to order all of the drinks.
You did. It's fine. I'm sure she'll bring it. It's okay.
Okay.
She like slums back underneath the counter.
Everything's fine.
Right. You're so
Akari?
positive.
Are you doing okay?
Yeah. I just like, you know how like You know how sometimes it's just like, ugh, guys, they just talk and talk
Yeah.
and talk.
Sure.
And sometimes, like, sometimes I just get a little, tired. Tired of that. But, like, it's nothing against, it's not on him. I don't want to, like, start us off, like, on a bad foot. Right? And I'm great.
Okay.
Do you want to meet
Well-
Are you guys
Chip?
good?
Chip?
Yeah. Oh, when I went into the mountain, they gave me a chipmunk. Here. I'll pull Chip out of my pocket. And he's in a little top hat, and he's in his little tuxedo that I made him. And yeah, he's just sort of hanging out.
You went
This is
into the
Chip.
mountain and you got a chipmunk with a tuxedo.
I mean, I made the tuxedo, but I got the chipmunk from the
Incredible.
circus ringer. You know.
I see. I don't think we had the same experience in the mountain.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, this is Chip.
I'm crying. Can I hold it?
Yeah. Go ahead. Chip will like scurry over.
Chip crosses over your hands, and he's weirdly dense for the size that he actually is.
Ooh.
He has a lot of girth to him.
Yeah, he lifts things for me that I can't lift.
He like does a little pose, just like
That's That's truly special. Flora, that's amazing.
as you guys are talking, the woman behind the counter pops up. "Psst, I have your orders.
Okay, you can take Chip back. Thank you. Oh my gosh.
I forgot half of
And-
them, so I just gave everyone black coffee because that's what Marrika orders.
Incredible.
You know what? That's probably what we all wanted anyway.
Fantastic.
Actually, could we just do you have like hot water? Just hot water.
Yes. And she takes out a kettle and just hands the whole kettle to you.
This is great. Thank you. Flora, I have a couple like herbs and things. I can make you something nice.
Oh,
Something tea-ish. Okay,
Okay.
we can get back to
okay,
everyone else.
yeah, sure.
So you all convene at the table. Drinks are passed out. And this is Barrick. He goes, I assume that you were all here from the capital, correct?
Huh? No, we just sat down here because you looked cool.
Thanks.
Yep. Yes, we're from the capital.
Yeah, they sent us.
Oh, okay, great. Can everyone put out their left hand for me? I would, if you wouldn't mind. Just it's just a thing. I just got to do a thing. So you all put your hand out.
We're
Yeah,
Like
do you
swearing
want
an
my
oath?
palm?
Staring
Your
or-
left?
No, I gotta do a thing. Just trust me. It's a team building exercise. You know, we're a team now. Okay.
If you say so.
Great. He takes his paintbrush from behind his ear and he just quickly scribbles on all of your hands in like a circle, and he goes, "Great!" And a orb around the table expands out. Great. Now we can speak freely, and we're all pretty much alone. No one else can hear us.
Oh. That's handy.
So, I was
Handy.
informed that you have a lot of questions, and I am here to answer as many as I can.
Thread situation looking pretty normal on Barrick. Nothing odd. I notice.
Nothing odd except there is one thread that is not gold. It is
Okay.
black.
Okay.
You have not noticed one of these before.
Interesting. Okay.
Um,
But it goes off as normal.
yeah. Yes. Many connections like everyone else.
So, you're supposed to get us in to the kingdom of.
Yes. My little sister is an advisor for the Empress. And so I was able to contact her when I heard about the when they captured the Blood Assassin, and I basically negotiated to get some people in. I was hoping for trained professionals, but I will do what I can.
Yeah, do you know why she?
Not a clue. That she
Okay.
is very powerful and has many times been proven not to be opposed. So I do not question Cora Teshkill.
Sure.
What's your sister's name?
Her name is Amy.
Amy. How are we getting there?
So after we're done here at the mall, we are going to, depending on the time of the day, we are either going to stay the night and take the next train in the morning, or we're going to take the train immediately. We are going to go from here, from Nexus City, all the way to the orc settlement outside of Grimdur. We'll be passing through the man-made bridge over the old inlet sea. Yeah. And from there, we're going to settle there. We're going to get some resupply if we need to. We're going to do some intel. I just got to check with my contacts to make sure everything is still good. And from there, we'll hop back on the different train and go from the orc settlement to the other orc settlement that goes through the Lover's Canyon. And from there, we'll go into the desert of Azara, which at the border, we will be meeting some representatives from Gorul. I was able to get some people to guide us through the desert. It's very perilous, I've heard. I've never been there myself. Well, through the desert itself.
And there's no formal training that we get for this.
Yeah, so I argued that if it was going to be you guys, it should be at least a couple weeks of training. So, like, you have at least an idea of how to talk to these political figures. But time is of the essence, and I don't know if y'all have seen the death count from Death's Veil and the Servants of Death, but it is high, and it is increasing every single day. So the faster we get this information, the faster we get this prisoner, it could really help us all out.
Why do you work for the government?
I don't work for the Great Alliance specifically. I work for Sir Liam.
Okay.
Is what we're
You seem
doing.
kind of punk, you know. You got kind of a punky vibe, just, you know.
Well, I wasn't going to say anything, but I am a bit of a fan of yours. I have listened to your single that you released a couple of years ago, like a lot. So I was told to wear my civilian clothes. And to describe his outfit, he is wearing leather pants with a wolf t-shirt, but instead of wolves, it's displacer beasts, and a denim vest over it as well that's been opened. And he has, like, dozens and dozens of pins.
You make music?
No.
No, Haley.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, like what kind?
Like
Oh my
enough
God.
that people know your music?
Yeah. If you're into
How do
punk
you-
music,
What?
I was with a band called A Family History of Arrhythmia.
Oh, I have a zine I can show you guys. And he pulls out a couple of Marrika's zines that he's been collecting.
No, Barry.
Oh my God.
Ruth
No,
immediately
Barry.
takes one and
No, they
starts
break
looking
that.
it over.
You see that name right there? That name right there that says Marrika?
Oh, I know who you are. I'm also as big as a fan as you are, as I am of Osborne over here.
So Marrika and Haley, you two know each other.
Kind of. I
But
was
no
in
one
the
else.
band.
No one else in the group knows each other, do they?
I met Flora at the thing.
Well, yeah, we did. Is that why people were acting weird around you because you were famous?
Yeah, kind of. I'd say I'm like general populace, like B tier, maybe C tier celebrity, but in the punk scene, I'm like
He's
A list.
Yeah.
Like
It's a pretty big deal that I'm sitting at the same table as him.
I mean, it's very earned.
I don't.
Anyway, I
No
was
one
in a
would know
band.
what's going on with the imprisonment of one of the band members unless you were publishing.
That. We're not going to talk about this here. Marrika goes a little flushed when the legal stuff is mentioned.
I have a mission related question.
Oh, yes, Flora, go ahead.
Is this a secret?
That's a smart question.
So I wouldn't say it's necessarily a secret. I wouldn't be out telling out everyone in town about it because I don't know if you know this, that the Servants of Death have some secret operatives that they like to hide amongst us. So that's why I did this bubble around us because, well, this is very this is very crucial information, and if we were to be sabotaged, it would be bad. So I wouldn't go tell everybody, but you won't be penalized if you do.
Does the barista look suspicious on the other side of the bubble?
The barista is very much passed out behind the counter.
Baron, a question for you. If someone were an operative, right, for death or whatever, are there any like signs?
Are you talking about like body language or like mannerisms?
No, these people worship death, right?
Yeah, that is kind of their whole thing.
Right. Do they like have to die first?
So, all right, to do a brief history. At least we'll go into the generals, which I think we will probably deal with, and one or two of them on our journey. Not all of them are dead, like full dead. Some of them have died and were brought back, and some people just choose to go there willingly.
Yeah, that was what I was worried about. Okay.
It all started because of when Death's Veil really came around. People were thinking the only way to prevent them from gaining it was to worship death, and therefore it became a bit of a cult following, and that. So the founders of the movement itself, well, I wouldn't say movement. The founders, they were all living at one point or another, and most of them are still around. Death has kind of prevented them from dying to a point.
By the way, Akari is setting a small fire in the corner.
Of the bubble?
Just so I can get the kettle warm.
Hey, this is not my table. I don't. It's fine. We'll bill it to the government. It's fine.
You're winning me back with that one, Barrick.
They weren't incredibly helpful, and I just wanted to make sure that we're all like on the right foot.
this is not a place to be in the afternoon. This is definitely a post 5 p.m. place.
Why did you pick this place?
The people who work later in the evening are a little bit more on top of things.
Yeah. I picked it because no one else was here.
That is fair.
Also, the scones are really where it's at.
I should have knew that before.
Okay.
Any other questions?
When do we leave?
When we're done with them all, essentially.
Sorry, you may have mentioned.
What are supplies that you would recommend that we get
Yeah.
for this?
So you want
And
food.
doors. We want them.
There's tons of food places here. I do know some preservation analog magic that I could put on some packaging so it doesn't expire. I could do that for all of you. The desert is hot, so you want things that are cool. So dress for the occasion. I do suggest if you can get a stone of cooling or a charm of cooling. There's probably a couple places in the mall that you could probably grab that. If you know someone personally that is good at making charms, I would suggest just contacting them because they could be a little pricey.
Well, okay, call me out. Kind of what I do.
Oh,
So,
fantastic!
You make charm?
and I like make them and back home and like we sell them. But I'm happy to just make them for us all, and it'll be good.
You hook us all
How
up
long
with
will that
charm
take?
cooling.
Yeah, totally. I'll just need like a handful of other like supplies and things.
Yeah, and there's let's see, where is a good place to go? You could probably go to potions and lotions might have a cooling potion that could be turned into a cooling gem or a cooling stone.
Okay.
What is a good Spellbound Souls is a shoe place, but they do little charms you can put at the end of clogs that you can buy. They might have something. But yeah. Great. Any other questions before I go into the heavy stuff?
We're not in the heavy stuff yet.
No, we're not in the heavy stuff. Well, more just the
This
more
has all
important
been- Oh,
things.
this has all just been a casual, like easy breezy conversation.
Get to it.
Yeah.
What do we need to know?
Okay. So, I am mostly an intelligence operator, agent, right? So it is my job to make sure I'm in the know. And what I know about this is this could be very bad for all of you. Case in point, we know that the general known as the Blood Assassin has been captured by the Kingdom of Gorul. That means that there could be more people from the Servants of Death going after them. I do know for a fact that Xavier the Hollowed has been spotted around the train stations. And also the Chain Knight, which some of you may remember as that big, giant chain monster that fell from the sky and attacked everyone at the beginning of that massacre. The Chain Knight has been spotted at the border of Zahar.
Who was the other guy?
Xavier the Hollowed. I'll send it in the chat. Now, the extent of their abilities and their powers isn't necessarily known. Chain Knight, mostly just a big tanky kind of character. Xavier, I know, is a construct maker, where the extent of that, not 100% sure what that is. So he tends to morph things out of the earth and make them into things to fight for the Servants of Death. So there's that. We will be close to the battle border of Grimdur. So there is always the possibility that there could be an invasion of the orc settlement that we're stopping at. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But if it does, I just want you all to be prepared.
Any of you weapon trained? Any of you have combat training? Any of you have
Absolutely
weapons?
none.
I do have the ability to manipulate technology.
I kept the sword that I got on the day we went into the mountain. And
No.
then I it's now never mind. I turned my guitar into a sheath for it.
That's
That's-
very interesting.
Sick.
I
My
paid
my
someone to
son.
do it.
Yes, maybe you used my son's service. He's a blacksmith in town, so I do know a little bit about how swords and different weaponry gets made. But I didn't
Well,
spend
I
too
know
much
it's like
time at his shop. He preferred that I wasn't there all the time. But I do know a little bit. He's very talented.
Yes, Oliver is a great smither. I have very often gone to get my daggers there throughout my career.
No, he's the guy that did the thing for my sword.
Oh,
Oh,
great.
yes.
Should
He
we
is
get
very
him?
talented. I'm very proud.
Yeah, you did good work.
Yeah, I think he has a storefront in the mall.
It's one of a few spots that he has his business set up. My daughter Emily also has a storefront, but I think it's smaller in the art district.
Yeah. So,
So like,
So we have
I
a
love
sword,
hearing
and
about-
someone can control technology, and someone knows how weapons are made. That's what I'm getting.
I would
Yeah,
like
is
to
that what you
preference
got?
that all of
He
you
has some swords
I can make
from
things,
my son.
Okay.
I'm sure he would give us a great discount. Of course.
I mean, also, if it's too much from the allowance that the government has already given you, I'm sure we can figure out a way to get more. I don't know how that's gonna work, but okay.
What would you recommend to, purely hypothetical, someone who like doesn't use swords,
Yeah.
doesn't use, like, we'll just call them weapons?
Mhm.
Like, what would you recommend is a good thing for that person, hypothetically, to like have and use that would be helpful and not get them killed?
Well, normally spellcasters are something you have the effect is usually a good non-weapon way of protection. But for you specifically, I would probably suggest
Hypothetically.
No, we're talking specifically. There's only 7 of us here. I would probably suggest like a metal rod.
Metal, like
Yeah.
a pipe
Yeah, like a
I
pipe.
could hit someone with.
Yeah, big, blunt, and powerful.
Hmm.
Use those guns.
That's really helpful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I love your vibe,
Thank
by
you
the way.
so much.
Wait, you're a charm maker, aren't you? You can't use can do magic?
It may I will consult the literature and we'll see. That's a great idea.
All right. Fantastic. Any more questions before we go shopping?
Yeah, just a suggestion. We got a lot of shopping to do, and we got to get food, supplies for Akari to make us cooling charms, weapons, anything else that we might need. Like other bits and bobs. Maybe it makes sense to split up
Yeah, sure.
into
I mean,
couple of a few groups.
I know a couple of you are locals to Nexus City. I'm sure some of you could probably guide. I mean, I know my way around here, and I'm all set for the journey. I'm good to go. But yeah,
As far as I'm clocking this, as far as people who know their way around Nexus City, it's me, it's Ellinor,
Mhm.
and it's Marrika. So
Like paprika, but
if each of us goes with one of the other 3, we could really, speed
Yeah.
up the shopping process.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not to be that guy. But like I said, could be the last time you guys have a chance to have fun. So do something maybe relaxing. Maybe go to the Rune Spa. That might be a fun place. We have until 6 p.m. tonight. So just a handful of hours before the first train goes. And if we miss that, we'll get the next train in the morning.
Why don't we go shopping? We meet somewhere for dinner. Then we go to the train station after dinner.
Fantastic.
Early dinner.
Huh?
Nothing.
Early dinner? Yeah, I guess. I mean, 5 p.m. dinner?
All right. Any more questions before I let you guys out into the mall?
Probably.
Like it's like decided, right? That we are the 6.
If one of you doesn't make it, they won't let the rest of you in.
Oh.
Oh, that part was not explained to
Okay,
us.
so like if one of us like dies,
On the
everyone
way
else is just screwed.
So
So she would-
die. Great, good advice.
So the Flame Empress would rather have none of us.
No, she said
And all
something about like your journeys didn't resolve the way that you wanted them to when you went into the mountain, and she
I
wants
would
to.
say.
What?
I don't. My sister Amy. This is not directly to me, but she was saying something along like she has a means to an end for a couple of you. So
What the Flame Empress here? What is her deal?
You love to ask what people.
Yeah, I do love to ask what people's deals are, Ruth.
I would tell you if I
Right?
knew.
Oh.
Okay, is she like a normal, like mortal, like a human or an elf or a dwarf or whatever? Or is she like...
Looks wise, she is about 6'8", tan skin, big fiery red hair. Usually likes to dress in like gold and like deep purples and blues. She seems like a human.
But she's not like, I don't know, like I don't know, some kind of magical creature. Like,
I mean, she's known as like the Great Flame Mage, so like is one of
she's
her.
a really powerful wizard.
Man, Haley, I don't know what you want me to tell you. I'm telling you all I know.
I'm just trying to figure out, like, if she knows so much about what happened inside the mountain, that would imply there's something more going on with her than just being like a queen.
Yeah,
Why?
she's pretty powerful to say the least.
Barrick, you are an intelligence operative, right?
Yeah,
That's your main job.
Yeah, so hey. If there was information to know, I would know it.
Excellent.
Also, the borders have been closed for a little while now, and I haven't been able to get a lot of information from my sister. The only thing last time I talked to her was solely because of this.
You'll be on the train with us,
I'll be with you the entire way.
so we can split up and we can go shop and we can brainstorm more questions.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll meet you in the food court when you guys want to get dinner, and then we'll head to the train station.
In terms of splitting up, I don't mind going and getting a bunch of food for all of us.
I've
be happy to
never
go to
been
the
to a
weapons
mall,
shop.
so I need to go with someone.
What?
Okay,
Oh, you're small.
okay.
For whatever reason, I thought you meant like you couldn't be in the mall by yourself. Because, you know, like.
Because you're not an
sometimes
adult.
malls have those rules.
Wait, no, you are an adult now, yeah.
I'm an adult.
Okay. So, Ruth wants to be the one to go get food. She needs to team up with either me or Marrika, because Ellinor is going to go do
I'll
the
go get
weapons.
food.
Wonderful.
Great. Marika's going to get food with Ruth. Now, then that leaves Akari. Akari, you need magic supplies.
I do. That I can go to some of those little like fellow mystic shops. I speak their language, so
Okay, so Marrika is going to get food, and
Ugh.
Ellinor is going to go get weapons. So that means I've got to take you to the magic shop. Is that okay?
I guess yeah.
I
think
I
that's gonna
know
be
I
great.
I mean, I could go to the magic shop.
No, this works. This works.
okay,
It'll be good
and then
because
Flora.
we're on the same team.
Yes, and then Flora, you're going with Marrika. Yeah, you
Sure.
good with that?
Mhm.
Okay, as long as
Wait, what?
everybody's.
No, Flora's going with Ellinor.
Yeah.
Flora's
I'm
going with
going
Ellinor. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
You're good with that though, yeah?
Yeah.
Everybody's good with their partner. Okay.
Great.
Oh my gosh, the tea. Here you go, Flora.
Thank you.
Cool. Any more questions?
No.
Ruth?
No.
Okay. Fantastic. All right, you all go into the mall, and
While we're walking away, I do want to pull Akari aside and just say, "You good?"
Yeah, I just maybe I'll find something like in the magic shop that I don't have. Do you have like weapons on you?
No. I was gonna ask you if you go to a magic shop, will you please get me a wand or something?
Yeah,
I
definitely.
have nothing.
I'm gonna get like the most vicious, mean kind of magic that also like keeps people safe.
Okay.
And then that's kind of my. Yes, I've got you. I've totally got you. Like
Okay.
you and I, we'll watch each other's back, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, definitely. And Sam, while I'm doing this, I am pocketing the kettle.
What while we're getting ready to leave, I'm just gonna say to Flora, like, all right, kid, listen. I noticed you copying me with the foot on the table thing earlier.
Oh.
Very nice. I don't know that I'm the best role model, but if you're gonna take advice from me, word of advice number 1, don't trust the fucking government. And
Okay.
yeah. And word of advice number 2, sarcasm's your best friend. Word of advice number 3, I'm gonna lower my voice. There's something going on with Ellinor and her kid. I don't know, just a feeling I get. She seems a little like
Proud?
No. You're not there.
I'm not.
You're not there.
She was just, she made the comment about like she doesn't see her son enough, and I just wonder if maybe her son isn't like
Alive?
no. I wonder if her son has been ignoring her.
Oh. Okay. I can
And
try to
that-
get some information.
That
This is incredible.
that sucks because she seems like a nice lady. I like my parents. She seems like a nice lady. So if there's nothing more punk rock than supporting your friends when they need support.
Okay.
Okay, good talk.
Okay. So, with all that said, we will leave it here for tonight. Thank you so much for all. Thank you all for watching, and thank you all for playing. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye.